think if you are building in Bubble and you've ever had to build out a subscription payment plan, it's a pain in the ass. There's a lot to do, right? It's not just as simple as like set up a recurring, even just setting up a recurring workflow to bill every month is not like the most intuitive thing to do. You do have to have an understanding of back-end workflows. There's also a lot of different edge cases for like when a card gets declined, or how many attempts do you want to charge a card before you cancel the subscription. So there's a lot to it, right? These are all built. There's a Stripe plugin that Bubble has built, and then I think there's also another one with Zero Code. Zero Code has put one out, and that does make things easier than obviously doing a direct Stripe integration. But again, there's still some learning there. So even if it's just as simple as, even if your payment system is as simple as purchase product, checkout, one-time fee, and that's it. Even that's going to require that you probably use a plugin. And beyond that, if you're getting into subscriptions, which let's be honest, a lot of the software that's out there now, they charge people on a monthly recurring basis, right? Like you're paying either all up front. The new popular one seems to be like the annual subscription, and you pay like $200-$300 for the year, and then that's it. You don't have to think about it, and you just bill that annually. But that's popular, and also the monthly subscription, $10 a month, $20 a month, $50 a month. Those are very popular today in software as a service, and just in general. They seem to be the payment that most developers and companies want, because it's consistent revenue. It makes sense, like you can kind of predict, all right, I'm going to make $10,000 a month monthly recurring revenue. That's awesome. Like anybody would want that, especially if it's mostly passive income. So Pricewell, the company of the day, it has kind of identified that, and I'm curious to know how they identified this, but that setting up these subscription payments across different platforms, and I think we're talking more than just about Bubble here. I think we're talking about Webflow and other software as a service options that people have, is a pain in the ass. And I think they've identified that, and they're building a solution for that. So let's have a look. Let's dig into the company a little bit and just have a look at what they're about. Get a little background history on them. Right, so this is their LinkedIn page, billing team on software for founders and digital creators. A billing team on software to help digital creators and founders collect, manage, and optimize subscriptions in less than an hour without coding. Less than an hour. Less than an hour. That is the grab right there, right? If we can set this up in less than an hour, that's awesome. From pricing page UI and subscription management to invoice and tax handling, you can upgrade your billing workflow and focus on what really matters. So they are, speaking to a lot of us who have been in the trenches of building a payment system in Bubble, because that resonates. That resonates with me. Matt Reed, the CEO, this dude, he might be jumping on today, hopefully, because I'd love to ask him a few questions about why he built this and how he even identified this in the first place. So we'll see if he jumps on. But in the meantime, I'm just going to go ahead and start building. I'll drop the link into the chat for Pricewell if you want to check them out on your own. Let's get rid of this. So I've got a few tabs open here. I've got the documentation, Pricewell plus Bubble, how to integrate Bubble with Pricewell. I'll also drop that in the chat. And I've got my Pricewell portal here open, and I've got an app where I want to actually do the integration in. So I want to set up like a mock payment system here in this app, right? This is just a quick rebuild of Spotify that I did at one point. Yeah. All right, so let's start with the documentation and see how far we get with this, right? We'll see how far we can get before Matt jumps on. Okay, this page will walk you through integrating both the pricing page and customer portal with Bubble without configuring webhooks. This will save you many hours compared to other methods. This really is the fastest way to integrate Stripe with Bubble.io. Yay! We'll go through installing the Pricewell Bubble plugin. Okay, so there's a plugin that we're going to need to use. Using the pricing and customer portal components. It's probably the part that I'm the most afraid of, is the pricing page and customer portal parts. I don't really know what it's like to set those up. Sync subscription date from Stripe to Bubble. So I guess that's like, the 1st of the month, the 15th of the month, when the person signed up, charge them every month. Displaying the customer portal once the user has a subscription. All right. All right, so step one, let's create a pricing page and a customer portal. Here are the detailed instructions below. I already have these two open. I've perused this documentation before. Haven't really gone too deep, but I knew enough that there's kind of these two preliminary steps to take a look at. So let's check that out. All right, so let's create a customer portal, or let's create a pricing page first. Seems to say to do in that order. I don't know if it matters. All right, create your first pricing page. First, log into your Pricewell account, and you'll be taken to the dashboard. All right, I'm there. Let's move this out. Let's move this. We don't need this. All right, so I'm just tabbing between these two. It'll take you to the dashboard. Okay, I'm there. Click Create New Customer Portal. This will take you to the portal wizard. Create New Customer Portal. It does say I need to upgrade. I did that for the pricing page too. But it doesn't, I don't put any like credit card info in. So, or do I? Oh, maybe I do have to do that. It sucks. Do I have to? Do I have to? Do I have to? Customer portal. Yeah, it looks like I do have to do that. All right, so you do have to put credit card information in order to create the customer portal. I was hoping to do that without. The launcher plans available. Do I have to upgrade to the... $30 money back guarantee. All right, so I guess when I'm here, oh man, do I have to put in my credit card info? All right, hold on. Let me turn off the view for a second, and we'll put in 4242. Let me not call it out as I'm putting it in, right? All right, I got my credit card info in there. All right. All right, let's see if just putting in the credit card info will let me do that, or do I have to actually upgrade to the... Yeah, I still have to do that. All right, so it does need to be on a paid plan, it looks like. So I'm going to update the plan to the Bootstrapper. Yeah, it says it right here, included customer portal. So I do need to create a customer portal. I don't even know if I need to create a customer portal at this point, honestly. But I'm just going to eat the $19 at this point. Now due today. Okay, so I'm on the Bootstrapper plan now, and I'm renewing December 29th. So I don't understand how this works in terms of in terms of like, is it, is that just a flat rate for any number of apps? I haven't really looked into Pricewell's actual pricing yet. I guess I'll find that out as I go. But I think what I really was just trying to do there is just unlock the customer portals functionality, because the documentation says that I need to create this as part of the process. All right, so pricing page. I'm on pricing page, right? Yeah. All right, so let's add this. We're going to create pricing page. This will take you to the pricing wizard. The first step is to select which plans you want to display on your pricing page. Your test mode products will be pulled automatically from your Stripe account. Did I connect my Stripe account yet? I guess I have to create a custom product. All right, we're going to call this starter plan. And it's going to be $1 a month. Button text. Call us. Include a call to button action. No, I don't want to do that. Or maybe I do. We'll do purchase now. But I need to have a link. I'm not sure what that's about. I'm going to leave that off for now. All right, so it looks like I have a starter plan here. Is that the one that I just created? We've identified the following product prices in Stripe test mode. Oh, okay. Maybe I did. Maybe I did connect my Stripe account already. Let's refresh. All right, so I do have a starter plan here. Okay. The customer portal currently works only with pricing pages created by Pricewell. Okay. Press configure to be taken to the next step. I don't see configure. Maybe this. This is a monthly, yearly option. Always display price per month promoted plan. These look like the options for trying to, like, how I want this to display on my site, but I'm not really sure if this is active yet. Maybe payment flow. Pricewell can charge immediately or at a later step. Require customer's billing address, require customer's shipping address. Okay, this is where the configure part comes in. That was from the documentation. We're going to pay now. And then if I'm here, payment flow. Okay, I think I'm following the right instructions here. Let's hit configure. We can leave it as starter plan. That's okay. Plan description. It doesn't look like I need that. Features. Oh, cool. So I can put in like list, or let's see, if we're doing Spotify as an example. So premium music selections. Add plan feature, and then you can add as many as you want here. That's pretty cool. Free access to podcasts. I don't know. I feel like Spotify does that anyway. All right, then we've got the purchase button. All right, so then we go to design it. Well, let's see what the advanced settings are. Sign up button link. I don't know how to get a unique URL for a link, or a unique URL for a button. I'm not really sure how to set that up. But let's go to design here. And let's go to customize your pricing page title with Spotify rebuild. Looks like you can choose any color here. Add some custom CSS. It's pretty sweet. Promoted plan wording popular. Okay, so you can say which one of these is your most popular plan. We only have one. No shadow. Very rounded corners. Okay, so you can stylize this button a little bit, right? Like you can see that this is showing up here. Cool. And I think all the changes that I'm making are yeah, you see like they're changing automatically. So you got the preview up top that's showing you these changes that you're making. Okay. Snippet. So this is going to give us the HTML that we can use in Bubble. Okay, so we have a pricing page now, I believe. We have a pricing page and we have our snippet. So your pricing page is ready to make money. That was pretty easy. There was a lot of options that I didn't explore, but it was pretty easy to get started. All right, let's see what the next section is. So this does have a lot more information that I probably just ignored, right? There's probably way more that you can configure here on the pricing page, but again, I'm just going for simplicity today just to see how fast I can get through this. And if I run into any roadblocks. Let me just make sure quickly that all right, cool. All right, so then the second step here is to create a customer portal, and that's the part that I think I needed to sign up for. Pricewell's customer portal feature gives you your customers a one-stop shop where they can self-manage their subscription. So this is, again, something that you do not need to create in Bubble, right? That is the key advantage here. It's like you don't have to create a customer portal that highlights all of the invoices, previous payments, all the history, all that stuff is done for you by Pricewell. Whereas if you were doing this natively in Bubble, you would need to build all that. You need to build the admin console. You need to build all the workflows to recurringly charge a client. This takes away from that. It takes a lot of development hours away from that. Again, this is, it's not. It's just a faster, easier way to integrate a fully functional payment system inside Bubble. That's the purpose of this, and this is the problem that solves. You're probably looking at 20 to 30 development hours to get a proper payment system working, and that's the problem that it's solving, right? It's limiting those 20 to 30 hours down to one from what they claim. Again, we're going to see. All right, so first log into your Pricewell account. You'll be taken to the dashboard. Click new customer portal. This will take you to the customer portal wizard. Choose the pricing page. All right, so let's do that. Let's go to customer portals. New customer portal. I got to hide this. New customer portal. And then I think we're going to go to manage subscription. Choose a pricing page to create a customer portal for. All right, so I don't see anything. I've already created my pricing page. It's right here. Oh, maybe I didn't approve it or something? It's because it says draft. Edit. I don't know how to make this live though. Custom wording. And then you get the snippet. But why is this still in draft mode? I don't really understand that. All right. It's kind of my first roadblock here. I don't know how to make this live. It's still saying it's in draft. Your pricing page. Finish setup. Did I not do that before? Finish setup. Yeah, but it still says drafts. I don't know. I don't know what that's about. All right, I gotta ask. Maybe I'll ask that. Ask Matt that. Okay, no, here it is. Manage subscription, customer portals. Choose the pricing page to create the customer portal for. Well, there's only one here. Sure, want to leave this page. Let's see. Did it choose the right? Yeah, it looks like it automatically found that. I don't know why it didn't show up before. Maybe I just didn't go through the process all the way. It's probably what happened. All right, so we'll do here Spotify. Message shown to your customers in the portal. Privacy. We got to do a privacy link here. We're going to do it right to the Pricewell documentation. Terms of service. Button text is managed subscription. We'll do green. Button size is medium. You can add custom CSS and HTML here. Can customers update their payment method? Sure. Can customers update their subscription? Plan, quantity. All right, so these are all the options that it's giving you. Cancel subscription. So this is, yeah. Customers can update their details. Sure. Email address. Like think about how much time this is saving. How much time this is saving you and how you would have to build this natively in Bubble and any other platform that you're using. It's just like there's so much when you think of like, oh yeah, I need to set up a payment system. I need to set up a payment system for my app. There's so much that goes into that. There's so much. People say that like, oh yeah, I got to set up a payment system. I'm gonna do that in an hour. No, it's gonna take a long time. There's a lot to do, especially if you want like the how you like think of a fully functioning payment system, like in any other website or like there's all these options. Update your contact information, cancel your subscription, like all of that. Think like you don't have to think about those workflows anymore. That's the crazy part to me. All right. Hopefully this is all I need to do. I'm just gonna hit your customer portal is ready to embed. Oh my god. So exciting. All right. So again, I probably skipped through a whole bunch of important stuff, secure mode, email authentication, all of these other options that Pricewell gives you. But again, I'm going for speed today and just seeing how quickly I could really get through this. Not so much all of the different exhaustive features that Pricewell offers you. And it does seem like there's quite a bit. Okay. So let's move on here, right? So now I'm no longer in the pricing page or the customer portal page. I'm going back to the original documentation. I'll drop this in the chat if anyone's interested again. Step 2, embed the pricing page in Bubble. Open the page that you want to embed your pricing. Usually this is the page where the user is already logged in, like the billing admin page. Add new, oh, did I not install the plugin yet? Oh, yes, I was supposed to do that. All right, so let's install the Pricewell plugin first. I'm sure we're going to get a whole plethora of options to be able to, that the plugin is going to give us. Pricewell. Pricewell for Stripe billing. 13 apps, so very new. Very new. This doesn't seem to have caught on all that much yet. All right, it gives you two options. It gives you the pricing table and the customer portal, which we've created. Sweet. So I'm pretty sure we're just going to embed that HTML snippet that it gave us into one of these two elements. And I guess, should I do that on this page? I don't know. I kind of want to do it as like a pop-up. Maybe if I do sign up, if I make the sign up button clickable, I can kind of show up the payment option here. Let's see. Maybe that's, I don't know if that's a good idea or not, but we'll try it. Let's do pop up. And let's add what did they say? The pricing table. Add the new pricing table element. Yep. Pricing table. Let's put that here. Okay. copy if you can't see the element, make sure that you have the Pricewell plugin installed. Okay, I did that. Copy the pricing ID from the pricing page that you created in step 1. Pricing page ID. Back here, I got to go back to the pricing page. I got to go here. Copy page ID right at the top, nice and easy. And I'm going to drop that right here. All right. Hope I'm in test mode. Am I? I don't know. I don't know if I'm in test mode or not. I hope that I am. Okay. Oh, look, it's already showing up. It's already dropping. It already got dropped in there. Sweet. Okay. Paste the pricing page ID into the pricing page field. It did that. If you know the customer's email address or Stripe customer ID, you can pass it as a parameter. This will pre-fill the email field on the pricing page. You can also pre-apply coupons. So I guess email would be current. This would be something along the lines of like current users email. Optional, this email address of an existing Stripe customer. Current users email, I guess. But that also assumes that they probably have a Stripe ID. I'll get out of this. What happened here? Why did I? Must have clicked on the image. If you know the customer's email, oh yeah, I did that already. You can also pre-apply coupon codes here by passing in the coupon code as a parameter. Sync subscription dates from Stripe to Bubble. In your Bubble app, go to data types user, create the following new fields on your user data type. Okay, so I need to add these fields. Sync subscription date. In your Bubble app, go to data user, create the following fields. So we need these fields here, and they're all text. All right, so let's go to Bubble. Let's go to the database. Let's go to user. And let's add Stripe ID, text. Still got Pricewell over here. Let's move this. Stripe subscription ID. Stripe subscription period end. Literally just copying this over from the documentation. Text. Stripe subscription status. Text. Cool. All right, so I've set up my new columns in the user table as they've instructed here. You must create all the fields or the integration won't work. Done. Done, Pricewell. I've done it. Now go to data privacy and give everyone else access to the new Stripe fields and the email field. Okay. I got to go to, where did I have to go? Settings. Oh, the privacy tab. Privacy tab. Privacy. And give everyone else access to, let's uncheck phone number. Let's do Stripe ID. Why would everybody need access to this? Status. They must also be able to find it in searches and modify via API. We're definitely finding it in searches, but how do we do? Why don't I see that option? Find in searches. Oh, maybe I have to uncheck view all fields. No, that's already unchecked. Oh, maybe because I'm not on a paid plan. Is that what it is? I probably have to enable this. Enable data API. Yeah, that's probably what it is. No, that didn't do it. Let's enable the backend workflows. It's probably because I'm not on a paid plan that's not showing up. Data. All right, let me try upgrading to the agency plan. So I am on an agency account. And let's see if those open up. Still no. It's not auto binding. I know that. I'm not sure why those are not showing. All right. Well, I'm not sure what that's about. Oh, we set it right here. Now go to API settings, enable data API user. Oh, did I not check it off? Is that what it is? Oh my God. Settings, API, user. Hey, Matt, welcome. Hey, we just got Matt.
Hey.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Bluetooth. Bluetooth issues. 2 seconds.
No problem. Take your time. I'm just in the kind of the depths of setting up my pricing page here.
Okay.
I'm just kind of talking through it. All right. So I just I'm talking to myself more than anything, Matt. Just jump in when you're ready. So I just enabled the data API and I checked the user. I think that's why I wasn't seeing that in the privacy rules. Let's see. Yep, that's what did it. All right. So modify data via an API. Delete. Does it say delete it too? We have to modify. I think just modify. All right. And we need to be able to find it in searches. And I think we have both of those. You attach files, find it. There shouldn't be any image files. All right, cool. Okay. Public endpoints, enable the workflow API and backend workflows. Enable data API, user, use field to display. Use field display of ID for key names. Let's make sure I check that off. Not entirely sure what that does.
This is a new thing we added. So yeah, I was going through this with another customer, and if you don't name those like fields in data in the things properly, or if you don't name them this exactly as is in the doc the first time, then Bubble like messes up the actual names of them from the API side, so it gives them weird names.
Gotcha. And we're referring to the
field
fields,
names. Yeah,
these
exactly these. Yeah. So
gotcha.
that checkbox tells it to use exactly what you put in this box instead of how they generate it with kind of underscores and all sorts.
Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, they kind of default to those no spaces, all lowercase. All right. Very cool. So I think I'm well on my way here. I've got that checked. The API tokens. Now, one thing I couldn't figure out, Matt, I'm glad you jumped on when you did, is I can't tell whether I'm in test mode or I am in production mode.
Okay. Right on this line of text here, it doesn't highlight it very well, but it says we have identified the following products/prices in Stripe test mode. So you're in test mode.
Okay.
This pricing page stays in test mode until you put it somewhere, until you've like embedded it and actually we see it's working, and then you can switch it to live mode. Beautiful.
And is that why also up here I see that this is still draft?
Yeah, exactly. So it's draft until you've put it somewhere, and then it will become test mode, and then you can turn it into live mode.
Good stuff.
And you can switch straight to live mode if you want. Like But
I'm gonna keep it in test for now, just to give you the context. I'm just kind of testing out to see how quickly I can get through this. So far, it's been lightning quick. I've gotten through I've set up my my customer portal and my pricing page, and I put that into a Spotify rebuild that I did, just a clone. What's your name?
Yep.
And one thing I wanted to ask you too is I don't think that I need to be on a paid plan in order to do this in Bubble, right?
In Bubble, I think you do to enable the API.
That's probably true.
You're on a paid plan anyway, right? Or...
I'm on an agency plan.
Okay.
So that kind of counts.
Works.
Yeah,
okay.
That kind of counts as a paid plan. I also I'm not sure if I needed to, but what I did was also buy up into the I believe it's called the launch plan.
Yeah, like the $19 plan. Yeah, so it's like the free plan gives you the pricing pages, and then to use the customer portal and the integration, you need the $19 plan.
Got it. Now, could I have set up the pricing page without the customer portal on the free plan? Okay.
Yeah, so you could have just on the free plan. So we have some customers who just have a pricing page because they just want to like sell subscriptions, and that's all they need to do.
Right.
Yep.
That makes perfect sense. So the customer portal is really like that is more of a nice to have, right? I mean, I'm kind of been explaining this as I go, is like the comparison between building all of this natively in Bubble, which would take probably 20 to 30 development hours if you know what you're doing already, versus just kind of setting this up once in Pricewell, not having to build the customer portals, the recurring backend workflows, all of that. That's really this problem that's being solved here, is that you're shrinking that 20 to 30, maybe even more development hours into like one.
Yeah, exactly.
Is that accurate to say?
That's correct. Yeah, and like you said, the customer portal is always next steps. Like in your MVP, you just need a pricing page, so you can get started with with Bubble and Pricewell free plan. Just put your pricing page up there, and it works. You can collect live payments.
Good. I'm thinking about this the right way. And I've been kind of like stumbling through my explanation as I'm going through it, but I think I'm coming to the right conclusions here about what I'm seeing. So that's cool. Okay, so where am I? Let's go to settings, API, generate a new API token. This is in Pricewell. Now, is this, can I expose this? I could just change the API key after, right?
You can change the API key after.
Okay. So we're going to go to integrations here.
I don't think anyone's going to copy it down. So you need to, maybe the documents bad. You need to generate the API key in Bubble and then copy it into Pricewell.
Oh, okay. No, I'm probably just reading too fast here. Okay. Go to settings, API, generate a new API token. Okay, yes, I'm with you. So we're going to settings, API, generate API token. I can call this Pricewell, right?
Yeah.
Right, I was reading too fast and I thought this was generated from Pricewell. Okay, so then we need to put this private key into Pricewell so that Pricewell can authenticate with our Bubble app. That's the purpose of this.
Exactly. Yep,
okay.
That's the one.
Sweet. All right, so Bubble integrations. I'm going to add a Bubble app here, I assume.
Yep.
Okay, Bubble app. Well, let's put the API key in first. And the app name is going to be, now I should probably not use the version test here, just use the real one, right?
Yeah, without version test on the end. Yep.
Okay. Oh boy. Okay. And then this would be to add another Bubble app here?
Yeah, exactly. So this is another thing requested by someone else. We just had options for one Bubble app, but you can actually sync multiple Bubble apps with one Stripe account if you want to. Okay. Anyway, but yeah, you can just click save.
Save. That would have confused me though. If I was just looking at that, like I would have thought to click here rather than here, which I would have just gotten another one.
Yeah.
So save this.
You can remove it. Yeah. There was a green thing, but it's hidden by your logo.
Gotcha. All right. So from here, my integration is set up, right?
Yep.
If I go back in there, it's there. Okay. Let's go back to the documentation. All right. I think I got that part. If the integration fails to save, double check your API token and app name. Stripe subscription changes will appear in Bubble automatically. Okay, so at this point of where I am, will I be able to? So I've got it. I set it up in a pop-up, right? So the idea here is that if I click on sign up, the pop-up will show with my pricing information. Is that a good way to set that up?
Yeah, you can. Like some people have it within the page, or some people you can have it however you like.
Okay. So let's do pop-up payment, and then let me just set up a quick workflow that when I hit the sign up button, we show the pop-up payment. All right. So let's see what we get here. So we just hit sign up. Interesting. Let's see what happened there, because it was showing up in the editor. Let's see.
Yeah, it shows up in it.
See what's happening here. Is there any key information that I'm missing here?
Do you have? Are you logged in the current site?
I am not logged in.
Login user's email. I mean, that probably doesn't make a difference. And maybe it's something to do with the pop-ups, and maybe try just putting it like in the page somewhere to see if that works.
Oh, check it out. It just came up.
Oh, it just came up. Okay.
Yep. All right, let me try that again.
Why was it so slow? That's odd.
It's weird, right? Like it popped up. It showed after when we were playing around in here. Let's see if that shows. If not, if it doesn't, if it takes too long, I'm just going to move it onto the page.
Yeah. There might be some something funny about putting it in pop-ups. I don't know about.
Bubble also just released a couple of updates on the pop-up. They have that Z index on there now, so that could have something to do with it.
Yeah, potentially. This is like part of my life is keeping up to date with Stripe changes, Bubble changes, and then everything else we integrate with, just constantly just chasing fires.
I gotta imagine that's yeah, you're just on the edge of your seat all the time with that.
Yeah.
All right, it's not showing up now. Let's refresh. There we go. Now it is.
Actually, but there's no button.
No, it's not. Interesting.
Where's the button for?
It's very possible
that
I disabled the button or something. I don't know if I can do that, but if you want, we could take a look at my pricing page and the way that I set it up.
Yep. Yeah.
All right, let's check that out.
Oh yeah, you have no. Okay, what is what Stripe product have you got here? Oh, did you? I see. How did you create this product?
I started to create something, and then this one just kind of showed up. I think it might have pulled it from my Stripe account.
Did you click this? Did you click this create custom product button here?
I did, but here's the thing. I didn't really finish. I started typing in here.
Yeah. Okay.
And it didn't really. I don't think I finished the whole process.
Yeah. So it's basically just showing you this what you filled in. So this is not a Stripe product. And it looks like you don't have any products in your Stripe test mode, because nothing shows up in the list apart from this plan.
Okay, so I should have something set up in Stripe.
Yeah, so you need something set up in your yeah. So for Pricewell, like all the products, they're all set up in Stripe. So basically, if you don't decide not to use Pricewell, you just cancel your subscription, you still have everything in Pricewell. We don't store anything. We're just a layer on top, which makes it super easy to use Stripe. So
Okay.
if you want, you can put.
I was just gonna ask: is it how difficult is it to set up a product in Stripe? I've never done it before.
It's super easy. Have you got the test dashboard open somewhere?
I got it right here.
Okay, so if you go to products,
I'm in test mode. Yep. Oh, product.
And then add a product. Then you give it a name. So whatever you want, starter plan.
Spotify test.
Or Spotify test, yeah. And then you can skip everything apart from the price.
Okay.
And the price is however much it is monthly.
$1.
$1 monthly. It's already set to recurring monthly. And then that's it. So to save it, you click in the top right corner, which is like not very intuitive, I think. I can't really see. Does it say save somewhere there?
Yep. It's probably just behind the logo.
Yeah, behind this logo of your face.
I got to move that stupid thing.
Okay, so now you've got products. Now you can go back to Pricewell and there's a refresh button. Back to here, cancel this thing. And press, you can either refresh the page or there's a refresh button on the page on this line of text.
Right here.
It should, yeah. Something went wrong, wonderful. Try refreshing the page then. I'm doing exactly what you're doing on my machine and I can see it. So
it's all right.
That always. There you go. Okay. So now unclick this the starter plan. That's just like a dummy product, and click the one that's from Stripe, and then there should be a button. There you go.
Cool. All right. So now I just gotta grab this ID, right?
You need to put the features in for that plan, but yeah, just so click next on there, or click payment flow.
Payment flow.
This stuff should be all good. Should be all good.
By default, I'm not going to go into any of the advanced settings here. Configure.
And then just give it a feature like where it says type plan feature. You can
premium songs.
Yeah, that should appear.
Kindred, I see your question. Hold up. I want to just make sure I'm not ignoring the chat too. I'm going to come to that in a second. As soon as I finish this, I only need to have one feature, right?
Yeah, you just something needs to be on that page on that.
All right, so it has to be at least one feature. Let's do this color. Checkboxes, I like those. And then it comes after this. I get to the snippet, right, which is just the HTML that I'm going to. And
you've got the ID. The ID is the same of your pricing page, so it'll just work in Bubble. See if we reload the Bubble page, you don't need to change anything. That's the cool thing about Pricewell. So if you wanted to change pricing, if you wanted to make it $10 instead of $1, you just do it in Pricewell and your app stays the same. No changing in Bubble.
That is awesome. There it is.
Hey, now it works. Now it works. Okay. And hopefully clicking this will do something. You click it. Does it work? Oh, here we go.
It is. It was taking a second. All right, there we go.
Yeah.
That's how to set up. Okay, and then this is $1 per month, and based on all the settings that I have set up in Pricewell, they would put their card information in here, and then that would just get set up on a recurring basis until they hit cancel.
Yep. And if your user is logged in, so if you're logged in Bubble, then you can pass the current user's email address in here, and it's pre-filled into the checkout, and they can't change it. And that means that the sync will work nicely. So then when they subscribe, that user's Stripe details get updated in the data.
That's amazing. All right, let me just jump to Kindred's question here. Did you upgrade to Pop-Up 3.0 with the new freemium Hop and Pop action? What does that mean? Hop and Pop action? Are we talking about Bubble here? I know that Kindred. I know that Bubble just released the new Z index on the pop-ups, and that they're kind of nested now, which is great. But I don't know if that's the freemium hop and pop action. That sounds exciting. Tell me more about this. Oh, she's messing with me. All right, never mind. All right, Kindred's just messing with me. All right, good. All right, cool. So I think at this point, Matt, should we? Is it easy to like check out the customer portal? Should I put that on another page?
Yep,
How difficult is that?
that's super easy as well. Yeah, you can do it wherever you
All
like. You
right.
can. It's a button, so you can put it in the same page somewhere.
All right, let's do that. Let's do. So, am I just dropping the price customer portal element onto the screen?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's
You're
put
not showing
that.
your screen.
Oh, thanks. Let's put that here. And the customer portal ID, I'll get that from Pricewell. I go to my customer portals here. Copy portal ID. Drop that here. And this doesn't look like these are even. Yeah, these are.
You need at least one of the email or the Stripe ID. So that's like obviously dynamically that would be. Yeah.
Yep. Current user's email, or I could have done, because we set up the current user's Stripe
ID.
Yep. We have that field in the database. Now, if they don't have a Stripe ID yet because they haven't used Stripe before, is there an action to create that?
So the creation happens from the pricing page. So
got it.
So no one unless you create them in Stripe some other way. You can use the Bubble Stripe plugin to create a customer if you want, but the basic flow here happens once they pay, then they have a Stripe ID, and that gets updated automatically. And if they're not paying, then they don't have one.
So that would have happened.
Nothing to manage. You can basically hide the portal if they don't have a Stripe ID because there's no subscription for them to manage.
Oh, got you. Okay. So and that would have happened. Sorry, I think there's a little bit of a delay, Matt, which is why I keep talking over you. I don't mean to do that. So you're saying that when they've hit sign up, normally that was showing before. This is something that I'm actually noticing a behavior where the first time, if I hit sign up, oh, it's not showing now. It was working fine.
That's something we got to go and look at.
Yeah, it's probably something related to the pop-up. Like, I guarantee that wouldn't be happening if I wasn't using a pop-up here. But just so I understand the explanation that you just gave, if this was showing up, I would click and go through this part, with all the signups information that was there before, and that would create my Stripe ID, which would then get saved back to my Bubble in the Bubble field for that user, right? The Stripe ID.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, beautiful. And then now when I'm going to the customer portal, which is here, it would take me, you could use this here, one or the other, and that's what you'd be managing. All right, beautiful. That makes complete sense. And if I click, I don't know if I'm gonna be able...
right now, obviously, there's nothing in there. You have to go through the flow
of creating the... Okay, got it. I don't know if I want to go through all that today. I kind of get the basic of how this will work. If anybody is in the chat that wants to see me do something additional here, or just kind of more context around something that I did do already, just let me know. But I have a good idea of how this works and how Pricewell makes this just infinitely easier to build a subscription payment system in your Bubble app without having to go through all of the workflows, the elements for creating a customer portal, getting all of that payment history, invoice history. All of that is really just kind of there for you. and you don't have to build those workflows. So certainly worth $19 a month.
Yeah.
Question on that is that regardless is that regardless of the number of apps that you're using Pricewell with?
Like regardless of the number of Bubble apps, yep. But it links to one Stripe account.
Okay.
So it's like $19 per Stripe account. So if you have multiple businesses that each have different Bubble apps, you need multiple Pricewell accounts.
All right. Got it.
If you're a one business and you have multiple products, then you can do that all through one.
Got you. Okay. Yeah, I think most people would be concerned about the number of Bubble apps that they can sync to Pricewell. So if you're getting if you've got 5 Bubble apps and they're all going through your Stripe account, that's only $19. That's a pretty sweet deal, right? Like that is definitely something that I will take advantage of. I think I'm actually going to switch so I actually have a use case with one of my clients where we did it the hard way, right? We built all of the payment integrations the hard way, and we're probably going to undo that stuff now because we've changed the way that we've thought about pricing. So this means that I don't need to go back and redo all those workflows, charge a customer 3 times and then cancel their subscription. Again, I want to highlight to people who aren't, who are just seeing this for the first time, how much work that actually is. If you haven't gone through it before, it's a ton of work to build that logic of okay, build, 3 strikes and cancel the subscription or limit the person's access, or if the card gets declined. There's a lot of workflows that need to be built in order to have what is probably just very basic payment parts of a basic payment system that you just take for granted, right? Like any platform you're on probably has this stuff built in, but when you're building it from scratch in Bubble, it's a ton of work. And I think Matt, you've done a great job just first off identifying that this is even a problem for us, because I honestly didn't even think this was a problem for me until you pointed out hey, look, John, there's an easier way to do this. But now that you have this, I'll probably never have to build that again.
Yeah. How many hours do you think it took you to do the first version of that Stripe integration?
Natively in Bubble?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, the first time, first there's the learning component, learning how to do it. That's, probably 40 hours in itself. And then you've got the, actually building, the way that the client wants the subscription to actually work, because those are all different. The core components of that are different, but everyone has kind of their own nuance. I want this to be a day, try to charge it every day, or, month. There's just new subtle nuances to the way that people want to bill their clients. And I would say that I probably minimum of 20 development hours to build any type of subscription payment system in Bubble, and that's not, I wouldn't even say that's including the customer portal. That's excluding customer portal. Customer portal is a whole other thing that, can get infinitely more complex. So again, we thank you. Let me thank you from the bottom of our hearts in the Bubble community. This is a tremendous product that's going to save us a lot of time.
Cool. I'm just happy to help.
How did you identify this? How did you identify this as a problem?
So I identified Pricewell already existed for a while now, and we had the pricing page in the portal part, and we were helping Bubble founders. I was personally jumping on Zoom calls with people making Bubble apps, and we were going through it, and we were spending hours and hours setting it up, even with the components we had already, the pricing page and the portal, because we had to do all of those workflows. And I had this big long document, and eventually I was we decided we got to make this better, got to try and make some kind of plugin to do it, and worked out a way where we could do it, because we have all the Stripe information, because you connect your Stripe account. And so that just had an aim of taking that big help document that we had and taking it down to what you saw, basically a few paragraphs.
Oh man, that's crazy. So, originally, were you working strictly with Bubble developers? 'Cause it seems like this is, across multiple web platforms that you can use Pricewell on.
Yeah, so Pricewell, the whole thing is you can use it anywhere. You can use it if you're like an actual a web developer, or if you're using a Webflow app or Bubble. But we have quite a lot of Bubble users using it. So we have built specific stuff just for Bubble, and then we build other stuff as other people demand it. But Bubble users are a big amount of our customer base at the moment.
That's awesome. Any other platforms that you're working specifically with, like Bubble, like Webflow, or any other ones?
We have a WordPress plugin which does similar, but we don't have this data sync with WordPress yet. But right now, Bubble is the hot stuff and it has the right amount of flexibility, because you can't really do it in Webflow. Webflow is too much about just the website. You can't really, they have a CMS, but you don't really have the proper data stuff that you do in Bubble.
Yeah, understood. The decision to go strictly subscription, I completely get it, because that's where the real work, especially for bubblers, are. But what if somebody was just trying to set up a simple payment gateway, one-time checkouts? Have you given any thought to that, or is that on the roadmap, or not really?
I mean, you can do it with what we have now, but it just looks like a pricing page for one, with one item in it. Or you can make a custom button out of what we have. It's just basically wanted to focus on subscription stuff and not being an e-commerce product. There's a lot of people using Shopify and stuff for that. So we basically just don't want to be e-commerce. We want to be for subscription businesses. So that's that's just the focus.
That makes sense. And also, it's really not that difficult to set up a one-time payment checkout with the native Bubble Stripe plugin, right? There's not much to that. If it's just if the transaction is that simple, it's not that bad. It's really the subscription stuff where the work adds up.
Yeah, all the Stripe payment links, you can generate a link. You can just put in a link in Bubble, and then it just takes you to the checkout. So it's there's not much there that we can add, but for subscriptions we can add a lot.
Gotcha. Good stuff, Matt. Well, that was really all my questions of what I wanted to get through today. Again, I appreciate you jumping on and building this in the first place. I'm sure it was a ton of work. And you come from a development background, right?
Yeah. I'm a developer.
Gotcha. Yeah. So I'm sure that this will, when it does catch on. Right now, there's not as many installs as there should be, but when Pricewell does catch on with bubblers, I hope that I like that I'm one of the early ones to it, but I really want people to use this, right? This is it just saves so many hours. So thanks again, man.
Yeah, so all good. I mean, I was just gonna say I spoke to the Bubble team. So what's the founder's name? Emmanuel? Anyway, I emailed him. I cold emailed him, and he passed it on to his team. And I had a call with them, and they were super interested, and they want to promote it in Q1 next year as an official plugin.
Oh, sweet!
And do a webinar and stuff. So I think they obviously see the value in it as well. So yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah, we were just talking. I was just saying before how a lot of the software and platforms that we're on now are subscription based, right? You either pay the one-time yearly or the monthly recurring. But that's just such a popular payment structure that so many people are used to now and expect, and I'm talking outside of the development world, just as an end user, that's just what people expect to do. Yeah. $20 a month, 300 a year, whatever. So it just seems like the right thing to focus on,
Yeah. And it's supposed to be easy. It should be easy. You shouldn't have to spend hours setting it up.
Yeah. All right, man. Again, thanks. I'm sure I'm pumped to see Bubble promoting this too. They said Q1, right? So next year.
Yep.
All right, cool. Any shout outs or socials that you want me to drop in the chat?
I'm trying to grow my Twitter following, so yeah.
All right.
Matthew_Reed on Twitter.
I'll drop that into the chat. Is that where you do most of your promotion? Because I know you're kind of building this in public as you go. Like, are you doing a lot on Twitter? Gotcha.
Yeah, basically everything's on Twitter. I'm trying to be helpful. I'm trying to not be one of those people who just post startup platitudes like, like think gold and I don't know, like just random quotes. I don't post any of that.
Well, you want to post stuff that's helpful to people and that resonates. Yeah, I was one of those people when I first started using Twitter and just like posting kind of generic, like not so much platitudes, but like tidbits of information that I thought were useful. And looking back at them now, I just get so cringy reading them. I'm like, oh, why did I do that?
Yeah.
You kind of have to just live and learn through it, right? Like
yeah.
But
We've
that's kind of my litmus test now for like whether I'll post something. Like, is this going to be useful to anybody? If not, I'm probably not going to post it, or if it's funny, maybe. But that's good. Yeah, I think everyone, especially in Bubble and the no code space, is on Twitter. That seems to be where everybody likes to congregate.
Yeah.
All right, I dropped yours in the chat. Check out Matt. Check out Pricewell. Thanks everybody for joining. Matt, again, have a great night.
Thank you for having me.
Yep, I will speak to you soon.
Take care.